Flower Mound just made national headlines, and if you live in DFW, this one didn't surprise you at all. This month, Flower Mound officially was named the #1 community to live in America by Livability. And today, we're breaking down exactly why that is. We're going to talk about what pushed Flower Mound to the top, what life is actually like living here day to day, and of course, how this ranking is already impacting the real estate market. If you've been considering a move within DFW, this is one you need to pay attention to. Beth, take it away.
Yeah, and that's what's really important here is that this wasn't some random or pay-to-play list. Livability looks at things like schools, safety, local economy, healthcare access, infrastructure, and overall quality of life. Flower Mound didn't just score well in one category, it performed consistently across the board. And we've been seeing this firsthand with buyers who are specifically asking about Flower Mound more than ever before.
So let's start with a big question. Why Flower Mound? One of the biggest factors is balance. You get that quiet, suburban feel with tons of green space, but you're still right in the middle of literally everything. You're about 30 minutes from Dallas, 25 minutes from Fort Worth, and incredibly close to the DFW Airport, which is a huge deal for professionals and frequent travelers. That accessibility without the chaos is a big reason that people land here and stay here.
And the town has done an amazing job preserving that balance intentionally. Over 50% of Flower Mound is protected green space, parks, trails, and conservation land. That's not something you're going to see often in fast-growing metro areas. It makes a massive difference in daily life, whether it's walking trails, biking, or just not feeling boxed in by overdevelopment.
Schools are another huge piece of this puzzle. Flower Mound is primarily served by Lewisville ISD, which consistently ranks among the top districts in North Texas. For families, that's often the deciding factor, even more than the house itself. Strong schools stabilizes home values and creates long-term demand, which is a big reason Flower Mound real estate has remained resilient even when the broader market shifts.
And it's not just families with young kids. We're actually seeing move-up buyers, empty nesters, and even professionals relocating from out of state who specifically want strong school districts because they know it protects their investment. That's one thing people sometimes overlook. Great schools don't just benefit parents, they benefit homeowners across the board.
Yeah, and so now let's talk lifestyle, because this is where Flower Mound really separates itself. The town has invested heavily in community-focused development instead of just cramming in rooftops. Places like the River Walk are designed to be walkable, social, and local, not just another strip center. That sense of community is hard to quantify, but it absolutely shows up in rankings like this.
Exactly. And that's something buyers tell us all the time.
Yeah.
They want a place where they actually feel connected, not just somewhere they sleep at night. Flower Mound hosts tons of community events, outdoor concerts, seasonal festivals, and family-friendly activities. It feels like a town that was built for people, not just traffic counts.
And of course, we can't talk about it being named the #1 place to live without addressing the real estate side of things, right? So rankings like this create attention, and attention creates demand. We're already seeing more online searches, more showing requests, and more out-of-area buyers zeroing in on Flower Mound specifically because of this recognition. That doesn't mean prices skyrocket overnight, but it does put upward pressure on the market.
And what's interesting is that Flower Mound already wasn't cheap. This just reinforces its position. Median home prices here are higher than many surrounding suburbs, but buyers feel they're getting real value. There's larger lots, established neighborhoods, mature trees, and strong resale performance all play into that. People aren't just buying a house here, they're buying long-term stability.
Yeah, and another reason this ranking matters is timing. We're in a market where buyers are more selective than they were even just a couple years ago. They're not just chasing the lowest price anymore. They're prioritizing quality of life, commute efficiency, and community feel. Flower Mound checks these boxes at a time when buyers' preferences have clearly shifted.
Yeah, and we're also seeing more internal migration within DFW. People who already live in Dallas, Plano, or Frisco, they're relocating within the metro to places like Flower Mound because they want a different pace without leaving the region.
Yeah.
That internal demand is powerful and often more stable than out-of-state migration alone.
It's also worth mentioning that Flower Mound has been very intentional about growth control. There's limited room for new development compared to other North Texas suburbs. That limited supply is actually a big reason home values here hold up so well. When you combine controlled growth with national recognition, that's a strong recipe for long-term appreciation.
Yeah, and from a homeowner perspective, that's huge. People wanted to know that the neighborhood they buy into today is going to look and feel good 10 or 15 years from now. Flower Mound's planning, zoning, and emphasis on preservation give buyers confidence that the town won't suddenly change overnight.
So the big question, what does all this mean if you're thinking about moving to Flower Mound? Well, first, it means competition is likely to increase, especially for well-located homes and updated properties. Second, it means being prepared matters more than ever. Know your budget, your must-haves, and how quickly you can act. The #1 ranking puts Flower Mound on the radar of people who may not have considered it before.
And if you already live here, this is great news. Rankings like this reinforce property values and community pride. It's validation of what residents already knew, that Flower Mound offers something very special. But it's also a reminder that demand is growing, and that can influence everything from pricing to inventory levels.
So whether you're actively house hunting, thinking about a future move, or just curious about where DFW is heading, Flower Mound being named the #1 community to live in America is a big deal. It highlights a larger trend that we're seeing across North Texas. Buyers are prioritizing lifestyle, not just affordability, and communities that deliver on that are going to continue to stand out.
Absolutely, and if you're wondering whether Flower Mound is the right fit for you, that really comes down to lifestyle, commute, and long-term goals. There's no one-size-fits-all answer in DFW, but Flower Mound is a great example of what's possible when a community gets it right.
Hey, so if you found this helpful, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments if Flower Mound is on your radar. And if you want a deeper breakdown of neighborhoods, home prices, or what your budget could look like here, that's exactly what we do every day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.